So I know you guys have seen me make almond milk before, but I'm gonna do it again for a lot of my new followers. And part of the reason I'm doing that is because yesterday I saw a tip on how to make almond milk out of almond butter. So what I did so far was I had 1 cup of almonds that are raw. I soaked them overnight in water in this bowl, and now I'm just draining them until the liquid that comes out is clear. Here in my Vitamix pitcher, I have 4 cups of filtered water. Put my almonds in. I'm gonna blend that for 2 minutes. I'm gonna start it off pretty slow and eventually get all the way to the high speed. Besides for a high-speed blender like a Vitamix or a Blendtec, the other thing you need to make a nut milk is a nut milk bag. You could use this for almond milk, cashew milk, any sort of milk you want. It's a very fine mesh fabric that you squeeze out the milk. So I have this container here. It's a very large size deli container, but the reason I like it is because the neck of the container fits my nut milk bag over the rim perfectly. I got my Vitamix here. I'm going to open up the lid and have beautiful almond milk inside, but it's got a lot of little brown chunks in it from the skins. And while I pour this in, I got to give a shout out to Frida from Frida's Flavors. You are the OG when it comes to almond milk. You taught me how to do this a few months ago, and you introduced me to this beautiful, delicious, clear, creamy milk. How gorgeous is this, guys? So I poured out what I made so far into this giant measuring cup that has a lip so I could pour it into my bottles later. And I know that I promised you guys I would do something with the pulp last time I made this, and I never did. I got too lazy. I had too much to do that week. So this time I'm going to save it. And I'm really going to try to figure out what to do with this time. This is the leftovers from the almonds that I squeezed out. It's the pulp. You can do muffins and almond flour, and you could do a lot of different things with it. So I'm going to try that this time. So there you go, guys. That is almond milk in its purest form. You could add to this dates, vanilla extract, cocoa powder to make chocolate almond milk. You can do whatever you want. The next thing I'm going to do here is make the almond butter milk. This is my favorite almond butter. It's Artisanal Organics, KSA. There's the hechsher on it. I have an empty jar. I got 1 tablespoon left, and that's what the recipe calls for. So the recipe here that I'm following is 2 cups of filtered water to 1 tablespoon of almond butter. Get that blended up and do a taste test. Again, I'm going to start slow and slowly increase the speed. So here we go. I'm not really sure if this one needs to be strained through the nut milk bag, but for the sake of a fair comparison test, I'll do it anyway. I guess there was enough pulp in here that I should have strained it, so that's good. So here we go. Almond butter, almond milk over here, and fresh raw almonds, almond milk over here. What do you think? You like my shot glasses? Is it ever too early in the morning for a shot out of a skull? I don't know where we got these from, but I'm going to give that credit to my husband. Alright, so I'm going to try this one first. This is the one made from the almond butter. It tastes pretty watery, if you ask me, which I think you are asking me. Next up, the skull with the milk from the fresh, raw, soaked almonds. Wow, what a difference. It's thick, it's creamy. This is like almond water. So here's the true test. Since I'm not a fan of plain milk, I'll never drink it just plain. Let's see how they froth up in my Nespresso Arancino. So it's steaming. I don't know if you could see that, but it looks like zero foam. That is the almond butter almond milk, the one that tasted like almond water. Next up, I'm gonna pour in the almond milk that is from the almonds and see how this goes. All right, it's the moment of truth. Got the same steam. Not so much foam, actually, but more foam for sure. Let's see. All right, so here's the almond butter one, and here's the almond one. Definitely foamier. Should we taste them? Let's see. Yep. Still got almond water for this one, but it's warm almond water. This one's warm almond creamy milk with a little bit of foam to it. So hands down, the winner by a landslide is the almond milk made from the raw almonds. Don't even waste your time or your money, because that was really expensive almond butter. I almost am disappointed I wasted a tablespoon of it. Nothing doing here. So I poured my good almond milk back into my Vitamix blender, and I'm going to add 10 soaked dates to it. Give it some sweetness. I'm going to put a splash of vanilla extract in it, and then I'm going to pour half of it out and add cocoa powder to the rest. Oh, you know what I forgot to put in this? This is already blended with vanilla and dates, but I forgot to put Himalayan pink salt. So I'm going to add a little bit of that in and then blend it again for a delicious. This I would actually drink, by the way, plain. So I just tasted it right before and right after I put the salt in, and it really does make a difference. It just it heightens the flavor of everything. It's so good. So this is my plain almond. The plain almond milk over here. I left about 1.5 cups of almond milk in the pitcher, and I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder to it. So I just added a 1/3 teaspoon for this beautiful chocolatey color, which, if you didn't know that, is a tablespoon. So 1.5 cups of the almond milk and 1 tablespoon of cocoa. So this should last about 3 to 5 days in the fridge, but smell it, you'll know when it's not good, trust me.